Hmm. Right, good morning everybody. How are we doing? Let's get into this. How are we? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, it is Friday morning at the crack of dawn here in the UK. What are we saying, my people? We've got a couple of people in, so welcome along. Crusaders versus Highlanders. I'm just waiting for this game to get underway. We just got some highlights on the telly from the rest of Super Rugby. You have to bear with me this morning. I've got my breakfast on the go. Bacon sarnie. And a cup of coffee as well. Happy days. What we saying, people? That's what we haven't done. That's what we haven't done. We haven't done the old socials, have we? Of course, we haven't got many in. Let's get that done. Right. So what are we saying for this game? What are we saying? Who's winning this? What noises are we making? Yeah, what are we saying? Who's got this? Who's got this in the bag? What do we got? So the game, yeah, we are just about to get underway. We will go through the teams in just a second. Let's just get this out before I forget, because I will forget. I will forget. Bear with me a second. I'm a man, I can't multitask. Right, let's go through some teams. So, for the Crusaders this morning, we've got Joe Moody, Cody Taylor, Michael Alalatoa, Scott Barrett, Sam Whitlock, Ethan Blackadder, Sion Havali Talitui, Who else have we got? And then Callum Grace, that makes up the Cullen Grace, sorry, that makes up the forwards. Into the backs, we've got Mitch Drummond, Richie Manuga, Leicester, just Leicester on the wing. Dave Havali in the centres with Jack Goodhue, George Bridge on the other wing, and at fullback Will Jordan as the Crusaders, who are 4 from 4 in their recent round games, start to make their way out of the changing room. And then for the Highlanders, we've got Ethan de Groot, Ash Dixon, Takalari, Bryn Evans, wonder where he's from, Parry Parkinson, love that name, Shannon Fritzl, Billy Harmon, Kazuki Himeno, Falo Fakatava, Mitch Hunt, Jonah Nakeri, Thomas Umuga Jensen, Michael Collins, Scott Gregory, and Connor Garden Bachop. There we go. Crusaders ones to watch. Apparently, according to our friends on the telly box, is saying Scott Gregory is a one to watch. Oh, we're lagging already. We're lagging already. What we're saying? Let's just try switching around a little bit. Just a little bit of switching around. Right, okay, here come the Highlanders. Good morning, my people. What we're saying, 5 of us in here, and hopefully we're going to get some good ruggers this morning. Jonah Nakeri, the one to watch. Right, we are almost underway. We're almost there and ready, boys. As the countdown from the stadium clock rains on. Let's find a setting that bloody works this morning as the kickoff is into the 22. Oh, and we've got some boys in trouble. We have got some boys in trouble here. He's not landed well at all. He's not in a good way. Who's that? That's Garden Chop. Penalty been awarded for tackling in the air. But bit of blocking from Gregory to try and support his man. And in the 15, Will Jordan oh, it's not good. It's not good. Right, well, 10 seconds into the game, well, 1 minute 12 into the game, and we are going to the TMO. It's not red cards. He doesn't take his eye off the ball. Oh, so first decision is going to be penalty against Blue for blocking. happy days. We've still got foul play, but no more than a penalty. That's what we want to see. Penalty, nothing more. Those are the scenes we want. Right. So, there's about 20 conversations going on here. So the first piece of foul play now, they're saying, is the man blocking has caused it all. So it's going to be a penalty against the Highlanders. Wow. Not sure about that myself, but the referee's happy with it, and that's the way it is. And they are able to kick the ball downfield. That's a huge boot, but the Highlanders keep it in play and are able to clear their lines down the 5 channel all the way out to the 10. Here comes the naughty boy Jordan up through the middle, knocks it on. And the Highlanders are, it's 100 miles an hour. Here they come down the wing now through their 10. And high tackle advantage coming as they are deep into the 22 already. Reverse back towards the blind side and come out through midfield with Frizzle. It's gone forward, so we'll come back for the penalty. Oof. All action. There we go. And we are a little bit behind the ball tracking. How far behind are we? Crusaders are turned up. They want a piece. Happy days. Those are scenes we love to see. As we'll have a line out on the 5, but ball tracking tells us that there's probably nothing to fear from here. And yeah, it's for sale again. Slow ball though. Means the forwards have to go again. No one's clearing him out. Man clearly in over the top and not releasing. Penalty conceded. And I tell you what, they get some distance on these nudges, don't they? They don't mess about with these nudges, do they, boys? Blackadder won that turnover, and again the Crusaders. Oh, the pace of this is sexy as. And a little crossfield, but oh, he's knocked it on. Oh, he's knocked that on, but he's managed to regather it just enough to a beautiful cross-field kick from 12. David Havali. Yeah, he knocks that on and is able to regather it eventually, but we'll have a scrum down for the Highlanders. Pack weights then this morning or this afternoon. Highlanders 197, Crusaders 114, I think it said. Talk to me, what are we saying? First 5 minutes of the game. Mental. And penalty for the Highlanders. We might have to switch this ball tracking a little bit, I think, because we are a long way behind. Yeah, ball tracking's got it at 8:06. Yeah, we're about a minute and a half behind. Crikey. Let's get that fixed. There we go. Right. And Crusaders from their line out move the ball into midfield and kick down to just outside the 22, where the Crusaders return with interest, and Highlanders are going to take it on a little run, and it's intercepted and then intercepted again. Oh, and there's a grubber downfield, and Crusaders are scrambling in their own 5-metre line, and they're just able to recover and kick clear. I tell you what, there's a decent nudge as well. As far as the 10, Highlanders have turned up. I heard they were going to get spanked this morning, but they're not having it. They're here to play some ruggers. Oh, beautiful scenes as well, having fans in the stands. Miss that over here big time. Miss that over here big time. Little grubber from the Highlanders again puts Crusaders under that territorial pressure. And Mitchell Drummond will clear lines. If you're interested, my clock is on. Well, I'm just ticking over 9 minutes now. So yeah, do feel free to drop a little hi or hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening in the chat. Talk to me. Don't be shy. I don't bite. As cheeky little short line out to front man, and Highlanders get their forwards game going somewhat unsuccessfully. We need some Yeah, I'm going to back the Highlanders from here on out, you know. I'm going to be a Highlanders fan today. No clear release, so we've got an advantage coming for the Highlanders. And, oof. We got a penalty then for no release in the breakdown. What are the bookies saying on this one? And, yeah, they're going to go for posts. Yeah, Highlanders are 6-1 to win this, and Crusaders are 11-100. Wow. But as the ball tracking gives it away, we are going to the posts, and they've been successful. I'll tell you how good it is, though. It's a fair old way out. About 10 metres outside the 22, on the 5 channel. And there's something about these balls, you know, they just absolutely fly. Adidas have got this nailed down, and that goes through, straight through the middle. Happy days. Somebody get on the phone to Gilbert. Find out what's in these Adidas balls. I reckon they're putting helium in there. Because these balls just fly for days. And Crusaders kick off deep. And the Highlanders return through the forwards just outside of the 22. And the Highlanders then move through the backs, blind up to the 10. And Dixon then carries up and manages to, although stumble backwards for a few steps, he's managed to get himself forward and back over the 10 line. So Crusaders in there floating around that 10 line, 8th phase now, as Parry Parkinson carries up, and nothing on, so they go to the air, and no advantage coming, so we'll come back for the penalty. Didn't know there was an advantage even. Offside. Oh, no, okay. Always advancing in front of the kick. And we will have a penalty against the Crusaders. Against the Highlanders for the Crusaders. Right. Line out then just inside the 22 for the Crusaders. 6-man line out, and they go up at the front, and little loop. Oh, I love these soft hands from Super Rugby. I could watch this all day. I get on a rock over these, and now the forwards roll round the corner. Oh, it inches out. And try given. Oh no, sorry, penalty, holding on. 9 blue is on the ball. Oh, that's big D. That is Big D from Fakatava. Oof. Immense. And Crusaders then will clear their lines in between the sort of in the middle of the 22 and the 10, probably just slightly towards the 10. And Parkinson wins the line out and bursts through the defensive line of the Crusaders as Fakatava spins it out towards the forwards who carry up to halfway. And again, a cheeky nudge up in the air. And Crusaders just have nowhere to go. But, get some Vaseline on that boy's legs. It's been ripped, but Jesus, it took 4 guys to bring down. Who was that? Oh, Leicester. Our boy Leicester. And a couple of kicks and we are clear as the kick tennis continues. Oh, what's going on with my audio this morning? Very odd indeed. The big howdy, can't watch this because Rugby Pass wants me to pay more on top of my existing subscription. I'm watching it through a VPN, mate. Stan Sports, $20. It works out about 10 quid here. Yeah, Rugby Pass are not the ones, mate. They've let themselves down the last couple of years, I think. They seem to be just charging more and more and more. Anyway, Highlanders with the penalty, and as ball tracking has told us, the kick is good. Who saw 6-0 20 minutes into the game for the Highlanders? Nobody. That's who. And let's just see how this one goes. What are we saying? I tell you what, his run-up is weird. It's like a one-step run-up, but it works for him. You know, I'll give him that. The kick's good. And the Highlanders take themselves beyond an unconverted try. And we're off and running again. Just inside the 22 this time, and Highlanders tickle out of that. The Crusaders are a team that clinched the win in the last quarter of the game. Oh, are they one of them? Are they one of them that get back into it? Both teams have looked fairly decent, to be fair. They look up for it. Is there some niggle between these two or something? Because they do look up for it. As Crusaders then carry forward, not really going anywhere, but too deep into Highlanders territory to go to the boot as they look to go wide. Again, unsuccessfully. Good D from Highlanders. Good managing. TSW, good morning, good morning. What are you doing out of bed? Eighth phase without a meter gained. Huge D from the Highlanders, and eventually the mistake comes and it goes forward from the Crusaders. And trouble in paradise, you would say. New Zealand domestic rugby is almost always a case of the Crusaders winning and the other teams ruining each other's chances to win second place. Is that how it goes? Oh, let's have an upset on the cards this morning. How amazing would that be? Highlanders, though, smart D. Crusaders have really struggled to break them down. Sorry, boys, I got my breakfast on the go as well. Right. So we've got a scrum for the Highlanders, just on their own 10. 4 handling errors for the Crusaders. Breakfast and rugby date with the subscribers. Do you know what I mean? The boys are in. The boys are in. To be fair, breakfast and rugby, you can't go wrong, mate, can you? That's a great nudge downfield. Put the Crusaders under all sorts of pressure and relieve that with a kick of their own. And doesn't find touch, so the Highlanders will storm back at them. And they are up to the 22. They want this. I'm up early, so can watch rugby with you. Good man, Ewan. Shifting the ball from left to right as they breach the 22. Looking for holes comes Cody Taylor. Cullen Grace then up. And here they come. They're about 8 meters out now. As they switch the play again. But this Crusaders defence doesn't want to give in either. I'm loving this. Ooh, potentially high, but I think he'll get away with it. 10th phase now. Oh, it's Perry. Parry. Oh, he's a metre out. Oh, he's come up short. Parry. And they're gonna go in the corner. Oh, it's held. I think that's held up. Oh, he's giving it. What are we saying? What? Oh, Crusaders. Oh my days. Well, if the Crusaders are a team that come back into it, Highlanders keep this press on them, because They are all over them at the minute. They are all over them. That is great build-up play from the Highlanders. They just took their time. They built the phases. They didn't panic. Just kept moving the ball. It's exactly what you want to see. Tricky kick, but ball tracking is telling us that that's good, so that's fine. As who is it? Mitch Hunt has a little stab at this. I mean, what is it? Is that two? Is it? It's like a two-step run up. It slides through the middle, so it's perfect. Like, but weird. It's not something you see. Two-step pump. Great hands in the end, just to hold the defenders. And Crusaders then on the back foot early doors. Highlanders go up, and again a cheeky little nudge in the air from the Crusaders, but the ref's happy with it. And the Crusaders will look to drive their way out of the 22. No joy, so we go to boot. And touch is not found, but the Crusaders are on their own 10. And they run it back. They're pretty much given 20 metres there by the Highlanders. Slow press to come and meet them. Oof, bounce pass wide in the end, over the head of the intended target. And, oh, well, it's interception after interception. But after 3 mistakes, Highlanders come away with it through Fakatava, who clears lines. And who's that? Will Jordan will return it. Lovely jubbly. This is some cracking ruggers. Weather looks pretty decent, to be fair, so that helps. Dry ball. Maybe a little bit of dew coming in as the evening descends in Orange Theory Stadium. I know where we are. Missed tackles 9 for the Crusaders, 4 for the Highlanders. All of the stats are sitting well in Highlanders' favours at the minute. 64 tackles have been made by the Crusaders, 31 for the Highlanders. They are being asked to do some work. As Highlanders now have a scrum, and cheeky from Fakatava through the legs, flick, and kick downfield towards the 5 metre line, but Crusaders gather before it reaches touch and clear their lines. And Crusaders look to spread it. Oh, a cheeky little chicken wing out the back door, just about, and a penalty come in for playing the ball on the floor, and we are coming back for that penalties are racking up for the Crusaders as well. How many is that now? What are we saying? Let's get some stats on that. Discipline. 6 penalties for the Crusaders already in the first 30 minutes. Wouldn't have guessed a margin like this. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. When I saw the bookies saying 70% win for Crusaders, I thought, oh, it's going to be a bit of a shoo-in. Mitch Hunt then, with his fourth attempt. He's 3 from 3 at the minute. Crusaders buried the Auckland Blues, who were tipped to give them a run for their money. Can I share you a link? DM me on Twitter if you want to share me a link, mate. What is it? Oh, you've got me on Discord. DM me on Discord or something. A bit dubious about links, though. And the kick. Oh, he's pulled it. He's pulled it. Oh, dear. So, remains 0-13. Points by quarter throughout this competition. Crusaders 26, then in the second quarter 42. Plain porn. Mate, what are you on about? Are you on drugs? What is this? What is this? A www.definitelynotascamlink.com. Do you know what I mean, to big? Ewan's moving mad this morning. Oh no. Bear with us, caller, so we get our pictures back. Last 5 penalties conceded. Oh, we've got another penalty in front of the sticks. Hearing bits and bobs about Eddie Jones getting replaced. It's all tabloid. It's all tabloid selling. He's going nowhere. Just sent it. Right, let's have a butcher's at this. Okay. It's a lot of adverts. You've sent me engine sounds. Thank you. That's very kind of you, Ewan. What is this madness? Right, anyway. Are the English press still calling for Eddie's bald head? Yes, they are. Amongst other things. This penalty kick is good. The penalty is good. And the Crusaders the Highlanders stretch the lead now to 16. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one for Eddie. I made a video on like why he didn't pick Sam Simmons, and I don't know. I mean, it's a theory, but I do think that coaches, especially in the home nations, they use this. Funnily enough, I've seen the Crusaders head coach being approached since he lost out on the All Blacks gig. Maybe. I mean, there needs to be some succession planning. We need to think about who's next at the end of this next cycle. It's a flyby from a warplane. That background noise was the shutters from the camera. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, we need a succession plan, but I think Rob Baxter's the man for the job next, you know. He's a quality coach that seems to get the most out of, let's face it, until they joined Exeter, they were nobodies. You know, he seems to get the best out of players that don't necessarily have all of that star quality. As Crusaders put Highlanders under a little bit of pressure, but then knock it on about 7 metres out. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, Eddie, I don't think he's going anywhere. The thing is, none of the home nations looked great. Like, nobody put in a performance that you went, that will win a World Cup. Like, yeah, well, okay, Wales won 4 from 5, but they didn't look good winning 4 from 5. England looked horrendous. Ireland looked poor. Scotland looked the best they've looked, but let's be fair, that was from a poor start anyway. Yeah, look, teams perform best when they're on the edge of being comfortable and uncomfortable, sort of that just about ready thing. So, you know, 4 years is a long time to get ready. When you think about how much the home nation squads play, you know, they play 3 in the summer, 3 in the autumn, then 5 in the Six Nations. They get plenty of time together. So, you know, we know he said at the end of the World Cup 40% of this squad won't make the next one. Well, he hasn't made any changes yet. And the reason for that, in my opinion, is that he needs to shorten the time between World Cups. And you do that with a Lions tour. So your big dogs go away, your old guard go off, and you bring in all the youngsters and the new boys and get them blooded in against teams like Japan and Argentina, and then all of a sudden 1 or 2 changes come in. Again, another penalty for the Highlanders, and they are able to clear their lines again. Anyway, Can Scotland generate 14 clones of Hamish Watson? That boy was insane. That boy was on fire. I mean, I feel a bit sorry for him because he's probably not going to make it into the Lions squad in the shortened team. Only, was it 31 or 36? I think it's 36, isn't it, instead of the 41. So he's probably not going to get in the back door. But he deserves a go. He deserves a go because he was awesome. And it's just gone over the top, and Crusaders steal it, but can't hold on to it. And it's easy for Katava to nick it back, and Highlanders apply the pressure again. Hogg, Russell and Watson surely must make the extended squad. Oh, easy. I don't think Russell's what the Lions squad are looking for. I think, unfortunately, with Russell, you need time with him to understand the way he plays the game. So I don't think he really fits a Lions team. I think he's a great 10. I just think that you have to be able to read him better than a defender can. As good bit of counter-rucking from the Crusaders, and they get the turnover. And there's space out wide. There's plenty of space out wide, but it goes to a hooker, and his head down, arse up. And it all goes sloppy and all over the place. Referee nearly loses his head, but Crusaders march on. I'm not sure that is a PC thing to say anymore. And it goes forward. But we will go back for the original knock-on. Wow, that is a long way back. And keep Russell off the grog. Yeah, I mean, like I say, he's just a little bit too unpredictable for a shortened series like this. I think if you've got time with him, then okay, yeah, take him. But I think there's somebody that could fit the mould a little bit better than he could, and it's probably going to be, in my opinion, Bigger or Ford. Thank you. Right, what are we saying? Clock's in the red. Clock's in the red. Can Highlanders go in at half-time, having nilled Crusaders in the first half? Oh, you'd be waving your haggis round, wouldn't you, in the changing room? Job's not done, though. Not impressed with any of the other 10s in the Six Nations, to be fair. Nah, nobody performed. That's what I'm saying. Nobody... No home nation looked good. But it's all part of this keeping players uncomfortable. You know, I'm not saying that you go into any tournament not wanting to win it. But you do sort of hold off making those big changes. And I think we'll see those in the summer. Yeah, Bigger's the safe bet. Look, consistent. He is a very good test player. Has been for a long time. You've either got to go with Bigger or Ford. Ford's probably one of the better 10s in the world at the minute. I'm not saying he's the best 10 in the world. Just certainly one of the better ones. The way he controls the game and the way he reads it. Garbisi very much sort of reminds me of a young Ford from Italy. That look at all these fans. I can't wait for this to be back. As Crusaders have a line out on the 5 and drive, and they sack their own maul. There's boots all over the floor. It's all going on. It's like the Somme out there as the Highlanders desperately cling on for that nil score going in 2 minutes into overtime on the half. Around they come again. And it's scored. It's scored. Oh, there we go. And it's pretty much under the post, so you can pretty much guarantee that one is going through. And we're going to have a look at it. So he's got the ball on the line, but he wants to check there's not a secondary movement. It's a fine try, says the TMO. I don't know, you know. I reckon that's just short. But Highlanders have been unable to nil Crusaders in the first half, so they go in 7-16. But I tell you what, Highlanders will be well happy with that. Crusaders with it all to do in the second half. They've looked pretty ordinary. Well, they haven't looked ordinary. They've looked decent, but they've certainly been put to the sword. Right, we will take a short interlude, and I will try and work out why I've got no music this morning, which is a bit strange. But there we go. Right, I'll be right back. Uru, we're back. Welcome back, everybody. How are we doing? Yeah, players coming back out onto the field then. And what are we saying? What have I missed? Not a lot. Nothing, in fact. Got a fresh brew. Quick jump, see what 2 Cents is saying over the half-time break. 100 playbacks. Overall thoughts on the... Look, I enjoy Southern Hemisphere rugby. I'm a backs coach. So, ball in hand gets my cock on a rock. So I'm loving this because there's hardly any crash ball. And as I say, cock on a rock, we lose half the viewers. Yeah, no, I'm enjoying it. Like, I don't mind getting up for this. This is decent. And it's a decent standard as well. I tried to do an MLR game a couple of weeks ago. Luckily for me, it was we had some technical issues, and I had to give up, as the Highlanders are almost bundled into touch, but not quite, as they carry back outside of their 22. But yeah, no, I'm loving the lack of kicking. I say lack of kicking as they kick it, but I'm loving the ball in hand and driving forward through set play and patterns, as opposed to driving forward through brute force. You know, you got to be smart about the way you play the game, and this is a much smarter way to play the game. So I am enjoying Super Rugby. Super Rugby is for me. I just wish it was at a better time of day. But that's okay. That's okay. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. My body is in bits. Oh my days. First 2 training sessions back this week at the club. Oh, I've missed it, but my word, has it hurt. As the Crusaders now move wide. Nothing there as that Highlanders defence. This is smart defence as well. Let's not take any credit away from the Highlanders. Not committing at the breakdown. Soft press. You know, they're not overcommitting in a blitz. It's just take the space and wait to see what happens in front of you. It's good. It's good D. And we'll have a knock on. You see, that little bit of pressure is just enough. You don't always need to be there in their grill trying to take 30 metres of phase off people. Sometimes it's better just to make sure that you're there. I tell you what, who is this guy? Lester, I can't say his surname, but Lester, he must rub some Vaseline in. Yeah, there are a lot of similarities. There are a lot of similarities between League and Southern Hemisphere rugby. But, don't turn me off. Don't turn me off. Yeah, no, but it is good to see ball in hand. It's good to see ball moving. So used to, at the minute, oh, what's going on here? Oh, we got some footage from inside the change room. They got talking stick. What's going on here? What's this? The under sevens? You got to put your hand up to talk. I respect that. We've got a bit of an injury, a bit of blood. So we're gonna have some running repairs, bit of tape and Vaseline. Stick a tampon in it. It'll be fine. We'll glue it afterwards. Yeah. What was I saying? Similarities between rugby league. Yeah, I'm just a bit bored of Northern Hemisphere rugby at the minute. It's kick tennis, and let's wait until we get a line out, and we'll just drive them all. It's a bit dead. Having said that, I don't see many. Like, if there's talk about, or there's an interest in a potential club World Cup, isn't there? I don't see many teams living with the likes of Leinster and Exeter. You know, I don't see anything here that would scare European teams, because I think they'd just shut them down too quickly. And I don't think they'd be able to deal with them all. I might be wrong. I'd love to be wrong, because I think this is a fabulous way to play the game. Fair enough, mate. Many of my southern hemisphere rugby friends don't care about northern hemisphere rugby for that reason. Yeah. Oh, front row, boring in. Gotta drive straight, mate. Gotta drive straight. Penalty against the Crusaders again. That penalty count racks up. Equally, refs are a lot more liberal. Refs are under seem to be under less pressure to go to the pocket in Southern Hemisphere rugby. Northern Hemisphere, they're card happy at the minute. You know, 5 penalties, right? Okay, someone's going off next. Next penalty, someone's going off. You're going, okay, chill out. As they go over the top. Oh, that's a great line as well. From the 14, Scott Gregory. Again, there's just so much space. And I'll tell you what I would like to see. Right, here's what I would like. We've got a much more free-flowing game, but I would like to see a little bit better technique around the breakdown. They're a little bit. They either get themselves in a position where they just seem to get themselves in positions where they're easy to rock out and clear. At least try and make it hard for the opposition to get on ball. That looks like it's gone forward, but it's stripped in the tackle, and it's a knock on, and Crusaders will have the scrum. I jumped into 2 cents while we were on half-time break. Just see what the chat is there. Talking about some. Nice to see he's gone full time. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Not many rugby YouTubers get to go full time. So congrats to him for that. And he's talking about some Chinese or Japanese white spirit drink. Thank you. That's enough of that, thank you, young lady. Yeah, talking about some Chinese white spirits. Lovely jubbly. Why are you crying, dog? Come here, then. You come and say hello? I'm going to stay there. Is that Drummond's on for the Crusaders as well? Come on, then. You have to step over it. No. Fair enough. I tell you what, there might only be 2 of us here. But we've had 108 playbacks. That's what I'm talking about. 108 people dropped in to say hi. As this scrum finally gets gone, and a penalty for rolling backwards too far. I remember when I coached a Colts team, there's a law in place in age grade rugby here that you're only allowed to push the scrum 2 meters. And once you get beyond that 2 meters, you've got to stop. Do you know how hard that is? Like, the lawmakers here just haven't thought about that. I mean, I see why they've done it, because they don't want boys getting folded up in age grade rugby. But once you get that first 2 meters on, you're like trundling away. Almost impossible to stop. Right, we've got some changes. Honek's on. As we try and get this 6-man line out sorted out. It goes to the back pod. And yeah, Bryn Hall is on for the Crusaders as well, as they reverse the play and move it to the wings. Sir, let's pose a question to you though. What? You obviously watch both sides of the sphere. What are you saying? Like, what we thinking? What's it for you, Northern Hemisphere, or what's the brand of rugby that's going to win a game? What's the brand of rugby that's going to win a game? Is it the Northern Hemisphere brand, or is it the Southern Hemisphere brand? 2 cents isn't full time. His company offered to give staff generous severance packages since they needed to cut costs. Oh, that makes more sense. Oh, bless him. He's been let go. Jesus. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. Suppose though, if he was thinking about going full time, now's a good time to do it. And Highlanders deep in their territory here, but they're still going to play the ball out. I'm mates with him. We chat on Facebook every now and then. I had a couple of little back and forths with him on DMs on Twitter. He seems like a lovely bloke, and I love his videos. They're really good. Oh, Crusaders away! Oh, that's a sexy little tip of the shoulder, and a chip through from Hunt. And Crusaders on all sorts of pressure on their own 5, but they've got numbers there, so they will recover. And referee calls use it. And see now, Highlanders just pin them in here. Pin them in as that's it. Forced to exit. It's huge clearance. Do the Crusaders play at altitude or something? But to answer your question, a year or two ago, I felt like it was forward, like that. I felt, it felt like that forwards-dominated Northern Hemisphere game was the winning formula to be a successful national side. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you look at South Africa and England, 2 heavy forward-dominated packs, bruising line packs, and backs as well. You know, all about that crash and burst through the first tackler to get front football. I don't know. I don't know if even my Kiwi mates said they were glad they didn't face England or France last year. Yeah. Oh, and it's just about snaffled by Crusaders after a sloppy line out, and they get again back up to the 22 with a penalty advantage. Oh, no advantage coming. We're going to have the pen. Got to go points here, surely. 4 red. Another penalty against the Crusaders. No. What are you doing? Don't go to the corner now. This is points on. Oh, maybe it's not points on. That's the halfway line. Yeah, okay. Go to the corner. It's so hard to say since we haven't had inter-hemisphere rugby in ages. Yeah, no, exactly. Right, we're up to halfway. I think it was Highlanders on their own 22. Oh no, it's on a loop. Yeah, we are going for the kick. We're going to try and take 3. Oh, that's what you love to see. A coach in a flat cap and a tracksuit. I feel as if the Kiwis are too reliant on backs-driven players. Yeah. I think you need to find that balance, you know. We need to find that balance of being able to fly out through the backs, but also have that option to, to take the set piece on, be adaptable to the game in front of you. As the kick is good. Oh, I didn't see that before. What was that? They've got green flashy lights in the post. Oh, green flashy lights in the posts. Oh, they have. Oh, I'm about that. Oh, I like flashy lights. Oh, I'm going to get the treasurer onto that. We want some green flashy lights on posts in the club. I tell you what, boys. If a team can put pressure on their backs, they can crumble fast like they did in the World. Well, I didn't want to bring up I don't want to keep making it about England because I just sound like an arrogant Englishman more than I do already. As knocked on by the Highlanders and the Crusaders have it on halfway. Oh, a slip. But he's able to squirm his way forward. Oh, and it's telegraphed the loop in, miss 3, and Highlanders intercept, but don't really make any yardage. And Peri Peri Chicken comes up with the ball. Coltman on the field, and with the ball. That game was a masterclass on how to make the Kiwis look mediocre. Do you know what though? And I was hoping the Kiwis would win that. I think England played really well in that game. There's no doubt. Like you don't beat the Kiwis without playing really well. And I must stop using generic nicknames for teams like that because people get a bit stroppy. What was I saying? Yeah, I think England made New Zealand look average, but they didn't help themselves either. They made very, very sort of basic mistakes. They didn't adapt. Very much like England didn't adapt in the final. There is no one winning formula to rugby. You need to have plan A's, plan B's, and more often than not, plan C. Unfortunately, we get a little bit too complacent to the English. We think that plan A will beat everybody. And it will, on the day. But we need a plan B to back it up with. Right. Aaron Smith is on. Wait, hang on. Aaron Smith, the Kiwi 9. Aaron Smith. Why is he on the bench? Is he just coming back from injury or something? There you go. Look at that. Some big tackle numbers coming in. Most broken tackles is Leicester. That's him. Why is he on the bench? Is he coming back from injury or something? Because they haven't been playing, have they? Kiwis. God, you've got to be pretty... He must be coming back from a niggle. There's no way he's not the starting 9 for Highlanders. And so we've got a line out. It's going to back pod, and we're down, and the maul is set. But again, you look at this maul. Defensively, it's not great, not tight. And in attack, they're struggling. Wow. They're struggling to march 3 men backwards. Penalty coming, though. And they will bring it up through midfield. And a stab through into the 22, but it bounces kindly. Oh, not a great pass. And they will... Well, how long are you going to play that advantage for? That you've... Wow. Okay. So even though the Highlanders had 2 phases of possession, the referee has called it back for a Crusaders penalty for lifting the leg in the maul. I mean, he did literally throw him over the top of it all. But, yeah. Right. Is this the evening game, is it? Is this, what time would it be in New Zealand now? It's 8:30 at night, isn't it? On! A kick through from Highlanders. Oh, it's all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong as Crusaders try to kick the ball away but completely miss it. And Highlanders regain the ball on the 5 metres of the Crusaders. And they're now crashing up. They had advantage. I don't know if they still have. Who was that? Will Jordan. Done ever so well to get back and win the race. Oh, there we go. And the advantage is over for the knock-on. Oh, well, penalty the other way, really. Crusaders should have a penalty there for crossing. But again, around through the forwards. Clean ball for Aaron Smith, who gives it into midfield. Oh, he's gone the other way. It's a try. Oh, it's a try. What are we seeing? I want to squeal a little bit for that one because that had some juice in it. I tell you what, Highlanders are bringing it. I've said, fuck you, bookies. I ain't wearing being 30% chance of winning. And the conversion's good as well. 26-7. What are we saying on the clock? 20 minutes left. 19 points difference and 20 minutes left. Rinse your bench, Highlanders. Rinse your bench. Get some fresh legs on. And the commentary team are a little bit stunned. The stars are not in alignment today. Why? We want underdogs on top, do we not? Highlanders would be my Kiwi team anyway, so I'm loving this. That's this. I tell you what. Two things I love about that. Hunt's kick technique really puts me off. Yeah, this is a great result. But the Crusaders are stupidly dominant. Wow. Today, put your gimp masks on, Crusaders, because you are being Highlanders bitch. Oh God, I hope that doesn't get clipped. Wow. So, what have we got? We've got a scrum down. Ever since 1996, they've won Super Rugby 17 times. Oh, that's dog. Oh, what are they like? The Saracens of the Southern Hemisphere? Oh, nobody wants that. The beauty about Saracens being in the Championship is everybody else is the standard of rugby is like elevated so far because everybody's in with a chance. And Saracens on steroids. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. As Crusaders are going to have to work quick, and they knock it on, but no advantage for the penalty. We're coming back. Highlanders got to keep their discipline now. And no front row collapsing in the scrum. No time to go for just the three. So they go to the corner. 6 metres out. Well, I thought it was a bit more than that, but fair enough. Touch judge is the touch judge. Oh. 19 minutes for the Crusaders to hold on to 19 points. Wow. Only won 68% of their own turnover lineouts though. So what's crazier is they were once regarded as the dumping ground of rejects for the other New Zealand teams when the competition began. Oh, really? Carried back. So we'll have a scrum 5. Scott Gregory on roids with that tackle. Oh my days. That is when you're a 14 and you see the 6 coming down your channel, you go, oh, not today. Not today. But he's done well. You just get your feet off the ground and hold on for dear life. Big scrum. Even the posts don't want the Crusaders win. The posts have gone red. What is this? So we'll have a wheel in. We'll reset that. What's going on? The posts have turned red. What is this? I love these lights in the post. It's like the bails in the cricket. I've got time for that. Right. Here we go again then. And the ball's in. And it's collapsed. It's collapsed. This works in Highlanders' favour as the clock ticks over. Huge pack weight advantage for the Crusaders as well. You think they'd be able to just shove shove them off this. Sounds like the treasurer of your rugby club is going to hate you in the coming few weeks. You're not wrong. It's TK. TK drops in here every now and again. It's too early in the morning for TK. But yeah, no, he drops in every now and again, and he's the treasurer of our club. For now. But nah, I won't get that. Hey, Crusaders get the scrum penalty for collapsing. Not Crusaders, sorry, Highlanders. Highlanders get the scrum penalty. Front row collapsing. Oh, pressure alleviated. That's it. Take your time. Have a little think. The clock's ticking. Is that the mark, sir? Yeah, great gamesmanship here. Take your time. Make sure you get it right. Get your chasers set. Tell them what you want. And wow. Up to just inside their own 10. Good work. Good work. That's what you want to see. And we've got change then for the Crusaders. Rather forlorn looking Taylor goes off for McAllister. Brodie McAllister is on. And good off the line. I tell you what though, I wouldn't mind seeing Crusaders versus Saracens, you know. Two giant clubs go head to head. And Crusaders then retrieve the kick and squeeze their way up towards the 10. What do we got? We've got 14 minutes left on the clock. Highlanders have scored 10 points this half so far. Oh, that's a great offload, but it goes forward in the end, and Highlanders will have the advantage, which they won't want to take because of the weight difference. Also, would strongly recommend checking out Reds v Brumbies on the 10th. Let's write that down. Reds v Brumbies. Just as my pen dies. Fantastic. Oh, yeah, I'll look that one up. Let's do that one. If I'm about. Today worked out quite nicely because we are now out of lockdown in the UK. And I can go and sit in my mum's garden and say hello to her. As advantage comes for the Crusaders right in front of the posts. Do you know what? I'm thinking you take a quick 3 here. Take a quick 3, get the ball back and go again. You need some points on the board. They're going to go to the corner. Two of the strongest teams in the Australian competition. Yeah, let's have a look at that then. If I'm about, we'll definitely do that one. Good charge down from the Crusaders as well. Yeah, so I can go and see my mum today for the first time. I haven't seen her since before Christmas. I mean, we don't see them all that often. They live a couple of hours drive away, so or penalty advantage come in. Early drive in the line out. So Crusaders with another penalty. Thought about tapping quickly, but Highlanders are set, so they do go quick. Well, they do tap. And there's space out wide. There is space out wide. 2 meters out. And the try is scored. Try's given. Wow. You say they come back into him. She'd be so happy that you made so many new friends through this YouTube channel. Do you know what? She does drop in every now and again and just check that I'm behaving myself. Does Mother. Oh, we've got a captain's referral. What's a captain's referral? One challenge for a decision leading up to a try or foul play in the first 75 minutes. Any decision can be reviewed in the last 5 minutes of the game. Oh, quite like that. I don't mind that. Welcome in, everybody. By the way, it looks like we've got a few people in. If you haven't already hit that like button, I would really appreciate that. Helps the channel out massively. Captain's referral. I think he's spotted a knock on. You know. Difficult to see from that angle. Difficult to see from that angle. We need another angle of this. Yeah, my mum checks in every now and again just to make sure I'm behaving myself. She's not overly keen on the concept of me making a fool of myself on the internet when I get a little bit overexcited with a try, but she's happy enough with me. Try stands, no knock on. I think we probably needed a couple more angles than that, but not to be. So Richie Manuga will take the kick. It's good content. Thank you very much. I try. I just enjoy rugby, and if I can enjoy it with somebody else, some new people, while I would be watching it anyway. Well, I wouldn't normally be watching it at 6 o'clock in the morning, that's for sure. But if I can enjoy the games that I would normally watch with other people, then why not? Let's share some love. Right, Crusaders, 9 minutes to cling on to a 12-26 lead as Crusaders get the kickoff back just outside of their 22. Highlanders don't have their captain's referral anymore, but it was a right decision to use it then. Nobody's there on the loop, and Crusaders lose the ball on their own 22 line. And now Aaron Smith screaming for forwards round the corner. Oh, you see, this is where you want that Northern Hemisphere style game. Set the forwards and just zigzag back and forth across the field. Nothing silly, as Hunt has to scramble back to gather that. Oi. And here we go, round the corner, 7th phase of play. Take your time, Highlanders. Run the clock. That's what we need to do here. Run this clock down. Oh, and again, not making any real ground, but that's fine. They can lose metre on metre as long as they retain that possession. Don't panic. And I tell you what, I was going to say stupid idea to kick there, but the bounce has absolutely sent Will Jordan to the shops, and like my father, he hasn't come back, and Crusaders now have to line out on their own 5, which they go quickly with. And what are we saying? They've kicked the ball back. What are they doing? What am I seeing? You need ball in hand. Hunt goes alone. And, oh, while we've got this little passage of forwards play, if you have a little cheeky look in the description, mark is called from the kick, and it's tap quickly, and they look to spin this wide from their own 22, the Crusaders. But Highlanders are there with them and force them into a grubber, which they will retain. And all this territory pressure is great for the Highlanders. And Highlanders under all sorts of pressure here. Yeah, anyway, so we've got a new Discord channel, boys. We've got a Discord channel these days. So I think the link's in the description. Do come and join us on the Discord. Come and have a chat. I'll be in there plenty. There's a couple of other YouTubers that are in there as well. Come and share the love. Share the rugby love. As we got a Highlanders try. Oh, it's all over. It's all over, boys. Highlanders have spanked the Crusaders. There's no coming back from this. The lead is back up to 19 points, and oh my days, the scenes. That's done it. That has done it to big. That has well and truly done it. Too much ball to ground for the Crusaders. Highlanders have been well up for this. They've wanted this. My oh my. Oh. And slap on the badge for you indeed, young man. Great try from Garden Bachop, I think it was. 6 from 7 for Mitch Hunt tonight on his one-step pump. So we'll see how this goes. And he takes a long time over it. I'll give him that. And the lead extends to 22 in 4 minutes. I think about 4 minutes are left on the clock. Five minutes left on the clock. And the Crusaders aren't able... They go short with the kickoff, but they aren't able to win it back. As the Highlanders still... They still want to play some ruggers. It's great to see. Advantage offside. So... Aaron Smith says, yeah, we'll just have the pen, mate. We'll just have the pen. And referee says, hey, let's get on with this. No messing about. And Mitch Hunt will nudge this downfield for a line out. Don't expect a big chase on this. 4 minutes left on the clock. In fact, when I say don't expect a big chase on this, there's zero chase on it. No chase whatsoever. The scenes, the gamesmanship. This is what we want to see. 8 on, off, 22 on for the Crusaders. So what's that? Jimeno is off and McKenna is on. Also, Manugu is off and Burke is on. Blackadder is off and Douglas is on. Harmon is off, and Lentjes knocked forward from the Highlanders then. Probably going to concede a penalty here, you would think, just to slow that clock down a little bit, try and get a reset. I mean, to be fair to Highlanders, they don't even have to just like cling. They're not. It's not like they're clinging on. They've dominated this game. Yeah, referee just has a whisper. Keep it up. Oh, commentators. Crusaders have won 7 in a row against the Highlanders up until tonight. But tonight's a different story, boys. Tonight, or this morning, tonight, wherever you are in the world, it's a different story. But they've gone wide, and I tell you what, there is so much space out there. But they've knocked it on 7 metres short of the line. And I tell you what, who is that that's made that covering tackle? Mitch Hunt has made huge meters to get across and make the first tackle. And then, well, I'm not sure who it is. I think it was Nareki, has then bleached across to make the second tackle. Aaron Smith is screaming his head off. The scenes at Orange Theory Stadium as Highlanders edge ever closer to an unlikely victory. What do we got? We've got about 90 seconds left on the clock, and Crusaders need 21 points. 3 converted tries just for the draw in 90 seconds. It ain't happening, boys. It ain't happening. It's done. It's done. Highlanders have won it. Highlanders have broke the curse. History has been made indeed, the big. What are we saying? What a game of ruggers, though. This one's been really, really enjoyable to watch. I said that last week, though, didn't I? Week before. Was it last week or the week before? Might have been the week before with the Aussie rugby. It was a bit of a dead rubber, and it was a great game to watch. Like, you see this scoreline and you wouldn't go, oh, this has been a good game to watch. But it has been. It's been really enjoyable. Right. Aaron Smith called to use it. Forwards aren't even bothering to come forward with it. Just there to take it. The clock slowly ebbs away. And again, just making sure they get that ball to the gain line and backwards. Side to side. Lazy forwards dragged up off the floor. Not lazy anymore. They've had a hard shift. No arms in that, but referee's happy enough with it. As Crusaders are trying to counter over the top, but unsuccessfully. 6 phases now with 60 seconds left on the clock. Highlanders evidently desperate for every point, and they get the penalty for side entry. Happy days. Crusaders coaches don't look too impressed. The Highlander coaches don't look all that impressed. They're just waiting for that next 30 seconds. 40 seconds on the clock. Let's get on with it, says referee. Rightly so. Mitch Hunt will take his time over this. And try and get them to the final play. 10 seconds left on the clock now. So we will have time for the line out, of course. as Highlanders take their time to get there. This is going to... Oh, there's no ball there now. So, here we go. We've got a four-man line out. We're going up at the front, and it's... Oh, Aaron Smith manages to get hold of it. It wasn't what they wanted. And the ball goes out. The clock is dead. The whistle's blown. And the Highlanders have won. Oh. Wow. What are we saying? Jesus. Okay. I'm a bit speechless. What a game of ruggers for the Highlanders. Well done to them. Logan, if you're watching, your boys are on top today, mate. Right. This has been epic. So, I don't know what time I'm going to get home today. I've got to drive up to Walsall, which is about a 2-hour drive from my house. So hopefully I'll be back in time to do one of the evening Champions Cup games later on. If not, we are going to do the Women's Six Nations. So we're not going to do all of them. We'll probably do one a week. See if we can do the big game, because I can't be watching Italy women's. If they're anything like the men's, I can't be doing that. It's hard enough to watch the men. But yeah, we will be back later on, probably in about 12 hours. Well, not quite 12 hours, about 11 hours time. Going to watch the Brumbies punish the Tars in an hour. Oh God, didn't the Tars coach get sacked this week as well? But cheers for the stream. No, you're more than welcome, mate. I've enjoyed this, and thanks for the heads up, because actually this was a great game to watch. So yeah, thank you for joining me. It has been emotional. Did the Tars coach get sacked? I can't remember. Anyway, that is all from me. I'm going to love and leave you on that bombshell. Highlanders 31. Sorry, no, that's not the right score. Oh, crumbs. Now we've got the bloody football on. What's going on here? What's happening? Let's get out of studio mode, and then let's just get that off. There we go. Yeah, so Highlanders 33, Crusaders 12. Epic game, history making, all that good stuff. Thanks for joining us. We will see you later.